Right, so we finally arrived. We're back at Trent View, me and him, the little one, the little master. That is Caydan.
Yes.
Looking forward to this session, mate? Should be a good one, shouldn't it, yeah? Looking good for it, innit, mate? Yeah. Stop sticking your tooth out. Look at that, look. He lost one, the other one's come wobbly. He keeps sticking it out. But right, we should get things set up and we should check in with you again later. Ciao, mate.
Going.
Right, so just to show you guys my approach to today's session for the 24-hour, I've already established a spot that I'm going to fish. It's at 11 wraps. There's 3 tree horizon markers on the far bank for later on, if in case I need those. And yeah, I've picked a spot at 11 wraps, nice clear area. There's a tiny little bit of weed around, not very much, but just going to fish Ronnie rigs over the top of it, just in case there is any weed kicking about where the lead happens to land. It's extremely windy today, so I'm pretty sure you can tell, so sorry if there's any interference with the sound there while I'm doing this, but unfortunately it can't be helped. So I'm trying to do it all from the bivvy for you so that you can hear me better. So yeah, this is my approach. It's a Fox leg clip system, and I'll just put some putty up the tube in just to make sure that it lays down flat on the bottom. This is a coated braid, it's the ESP one. Down to my Ronnie setup. Now for my Ronnies, I use curved shanks in size 6 from Bank Tackle, and I am going to start doing some rig tutorials for you guys so you can see how I do mine, just in case you happen to want to use them for yourself, or you're interested in the rig itself and you've not used it before. Just snip that off. So yeah, to start off with, all I use is just plain dental floss, just cheap stuff from Tesco, nothing fancy. It costs about 80p, you get absolutely tons of the stuff, and it costs you next to nothing. So to start off with a piece of floss, And on the one here, obviously, you have your swivel. It helps if I actually get the pop up onto my needle first. So this is one of the pop-ups I'm going to be using today from Horizon Baits. It's the 12mm Captive Baby Pink. Right, now we'll pass the floss through the swivel. And just take your needle, just catch the bait floss and pull it through, pop up as so. Make sure that the barrel of the swivel is pushed in flush with the pop up. That just kind of caps it off that side. And then all you do is take the 2 tag ends that you've got and all I do is just 2 to 3 granny knots. 1, 2, 3. Grab your scissors, just chop away the excess. Make sure you leave a nice little bit, because this is what's going to cap off on top of the boilie. So don't just throw the floss anywhere, please put it into a bag or something, take it home with you, or put it into the nearest bin. As you can see, I've got a nice bit at the top now, and need a windproof lighter in this one. Thankfully I've got a double one. Just wait for that wind to die down. And just burn the end. Oof. And then just literally blob the end of it so it caps it off. Ensure that your hook bead is at the correct point, and then this shall sit up just like that in the water. So it'll sit just like that in the shape of a claw, ready to grab hold if any carp shall come along, suck that in. I'm not just going to be using the baby pink. I've also got from Horizon the Abyss dark fish in black, something a bit different. It's not something that you see many anglers using these days. It's a black pop-up. Just wanted something a bit different in case the pink's a bit too bright. Some fish tend to shy away from brighter hook baits, so I've gone to the opposite end of the spectrum, something that's a bit darker, doesn't stand out as much. So yeah, but I am going to start off with 2 on the baby pink, 1 on the black, and we'll see how the session goes. If I start getting a better result on one colour compared to the other, then I should change all rods over to the same colour. So there you go. It's just anti-tangle sleeve, obviously. Nice balanced. This will just nicely come down, not too fast, and sit on the deck waiting to grab a hold of a fish that comes along. It's about 6 inches in length. The tends to be my go-to really. 6-7 inches, something like that is my preferred length. It's just what I've got confidence in. It's what I started off as a nice length for my hook lengths, and they've always worked for me. So yeah, there you go. As you know from last video, you'd have seen that Harley had a much better result compared to me. He had the one on the pink and I had one on the black, and he had 2 fish and lost 1 and I had 1. So pink's definitely the favourite colour today. It's a fantastic bait anyway, I'm sure, as you all know. So hopefully you guys want to get on the Ronnies. Highly recommend it. Right, well, a bit of an update. It's now just gone past 2. It's getting on to what's about 2:30, and I finally got the rods in and stuff. Trying to do a bit of spotting with some crushed up boilie, chopped boilie, broken up boilie, whole boilie, all glugged up, along with the TV pellets. The boilies I'm using are the Horizon Captive, 15 and 18 mils, plus obviously whatever chopped up, whatever sizes they are. The TV pellet is just the mixed bag that you get 4 kilos for a tenner, just to help bulk out the mix, just in case they get on the feed. But yeah, when I was spotting up and stuff, really didn't have much luck. The wind is absolutely dreadful, really struggling to get the spawn to land on the same place. And then it's like when using crumb with it, I don't know if any of you have it happen to you, but when you're using crumbed up boilies in the fox spawn, it's like if it comes down onto where it clips in, you just get a little bit there, and it's like, it's funny about opening up. But I've got one of the original models, so apparently they've updated them and they've made them a bit better and stuff, so might have to invest into a new one really. But the rods are in the water, and just because of the wind and stuff like that, I've done some tiny little PVA mesh bags with the smaller pellets that are in the variety, and just put those onto the end of the hook, just to make sure that there's definitely no tangle at all when I put the rods out. So yeah, the rods are at 11 wraps. Well, sorry, the spawn's at 11 wraps. The rods are about 11.5 because it's quite deep out there. So it's just to allow just for that little bit of swing back, just to make sure that I've got bait on top of the area as well. But I'm not too sure. I think I've seen a couple of fish. It's really hard to tell. Honestly, the waves coming across the lake are absolutely ridiculous. You could surf the whole thing from one end to the other just by literally just standing on the board and letting the waves carry you. It's proper choppy out there. But Trent is well known for the fish to respond to the wind really well, so hopefully things will get moving along and pick up. I was going to do a nice little update with Caydan, but as you can see, he says, "Oh, I'm just going to lay down, Daddy, my neck hurts." He's gone to sleep. Keeps him quiet for a bit, lets him enjoy some peace and quiet. Well, I would say peace and quiet. I'm pretty sure you can hear that wind. I've tried to shut the beanie down and everything to completely cut the noise out, just so that you can hear me better on the video and stuff. I would like to go outside and like get some really nice shots and stuff like that and everything, but this wind doesn't look like it's going to ease up, and it's just really tricky conditions. But you know, he who dares wins, they say. So hopefully it pays off. Hopefully it pays off. I'm in a peg called Rob's Retreat. If you know anything about the history of Trent, Rob was a guy who fished here quite a lot, and I think he had one of the first stursies that come out of the lake and got a fish named after him and everything like that. Unfortunately, he passed away. I think it's about 2 years ago now. Lost about cancer, which is really unfortunate. Apparently he's a super guy, really nice, really friendly, willing to help anybody. So yeah, I'm in the peg that's dedicated to him. But yeah, when I got here, I managed to have a fairly decent lead around. I couldn't find any weed at all really, apart from the slightest little bit. So running rigs all around just to make sure, just in case there is any, especially with like the way that the wind's kicking about, if there is any weed that's just loosely moving along the bottom, hopefully the pop-ups will keep the hook out of the weed and away from danger. So yeah, hopefully the rigs will be ready to hook the fish if any do come along. But yeah, like I say, things are looking promising. Trent is proper well known for the fish getting on the wind. I've got the wind blowing proper in my face. When I got here, I think it was about, I don't know, 10 to 15 pegs taken. Everybody's over on the far side with the wind off the back and in the tree line area just to get out of the wind. But like I say, if you know the place well, Ian the bailiff will tell you that the fish do tend to get on the wind and they do enjoy it. So yeah, we braved it up, and it wasn't easy getting set up. It was absolutely dreadful. It took me forever. Thankfully, a guy who was talking to a couple of lads that are fishing next to me saw that me and Caydan was struggling with the bivvy, and he came along and offered a hand. So thank you very much to him. I have to say, you know, being part of the angling community, it really is great just to see that kind of support from anybody else on the bank. I mean, you don't really tend to get that anywhere else. Everybody's all for themselves and everything, and just to see a fellow angler struggling to get set up and come and offer a hand was really nice of him. I'm not sure who he is. I will mention to Ian the bailiff that I've dropped it in the video just to let him know. I think he's I think he fishes the lake quite a bit, I remember him saying. And so yeah, a big thank you to you, mate. Probably wouldn't have been possible without you. I'd have still been sat here now trying to get the bivvy up, I guarantee it. But yeah, we turned up this morning. Nice to see Ian again. Welcomed us with open arms as he always does. He's absolutely great bailiff. He'll give you any advice that you need, and he's always on hand if you need him at all. And I noticed that he had a sling down to the side of his peg in the water, and upon speaking to him, he said that he had one in the sling waiting for photos and stuff like that. I've seen that he had a tripod tipped over in his peg, so I think he had possibly tried to do a self-take that didn't go to plan. So he asked if I'd take the pictures for him, and I said, well, you know, as you can tell, I've got a new phone and stuff that now records in 4K resolution for you all, so it's much better quality. The camera on it is honestly absolutely fantastic. I think it's like a 42 megapixel camera, so the quality of the shots are absolutely pristine. It's all set up to like a professional standard. So if you jump onto our page or onto Trent View's page, you'll see the pictures that I took for Ian, and that's without any enhancement from myself from an app or anything like that. It blurs out the background, makes you stand out, makes you and the fish stand out. Really good high quality pictures. I absolutely highly recommend the phone. It's the Hawaii P20 Pro. I got mine on contract. I don't pay too much, just a little over 30 quid a month. Absolutely top quality phone. Highly recommend it, especially if you want really good clear shots of yourself and the fish. And also it's got like little features within the camera app where if you, once you're waiting for your picture and stuff, if you smile, it will automatically take a picture for you. And there's another one I think it's like if you make a noise, like shout caption or something like that, it'll take a picture of you as well. So you don't. Alternatively, you could get the whistle app if needs be. But I thought it was a nice little touch in there. So any of you struggling with like self-take stuff like that, get yourselves like a tripod or a bank stick with the adapter and a little phone holder that you can use. And yeah, if you have the phone, you'll get some really quality shots to yourself without having to ask anybody to help you out, or if you're on the lake by yourself or stuff like that, you've just got nobody to hand to help you. Nice little tip for you there. The tripod that I'm using, this one, it costs £5.50 off eBay. It's nothing special, it's nothing fantastic, it's just a bog standard tripod. It does what I need it to do, and when it comes to getting them self-takes, it's all you really need, to be honest. I mean, £5.50 off eBay, and it came within a couple of days, and like I say, it does exactly what I need it to do. It's sturdy, it's obviously you can adjust it for like uneven bank and stuff like that. So yeah, if you're struggling for self-takes, I highly recommend getting yourself a tripod with the phone attachment. And if you're in the market for a new phone and you want one that you can take with you and get decent shots of your captures, highly recommend the new Hawaii, however you say it, Hawaii range. The camera quality on them second to none. So yeah, anyway, back to the fishing. The rods are in the water. Like I say, I'll put the little PVA mesh bags of pellet on there as well, just because I could. Really difficult to get the rods exactly where I wanted them and to get any bait out there at all. But I'm going to give it a bit. I'm going to keep applying the bait. Hopefully the fish will respond to it. Just keep it going in little and often. I don't want to go out there and pile it all in and then kill the swim before I've even had a chance to fish it. So I think I started off with somewhere around 10-12 spawnfuls, something like that, and then like I said, I've got the little PVA mesh bags on the hook as well, so it's just waiting for something to happen there. So yeah, if everybody just stay tuned, and hopefully we'll see a fish. Catch you later. No fish at the minute. And a little update I've got is that we're doing a little cuisine in the bivvy. We had a little bit of an accident, but you know, we managed to sort things out and save it. So as you can see, I'm gonna get it round. This little mister's finally awake. You have a nice snooze, yeah? Asked him if he wanted a bloody cup of tea. He lays down. Pretty good sleep. Yeah? But yeah, as you can see, Caydan's tucking into a bit of chicken korma and rice. Cooked by yours truly. I got a bit of a bolty going on. Smells absolutely divine. None of this ordering from a takeaway. As lovely as it is, we all love a takeaway. But yeah, as lovely as it is, sometimes the pennies just don't stretch far enough. So I popped in Tesco, got some boiling the bag rice, cooked that off first, just left that in the saucepan while I cook off the curries and that. Your rice is still hot, isn't it? No. It's not hot anymore. Well, was it hot when I gave it? Yeah. Yeah. The rice stayed lovely and warm while I just left it in the pan in the saucepan. Just boiled that up 10 minutes, simmering away, and then just got some of the pots from Tesco. Just chuck them in the frying pan, warm up for a bit. Alright. Me. Keep your legs round. Well, what do you want to do? You can't really do much until you've eaten, can you? So yeah, not much happening on the waterfront. Keep getting constant bleats, but it's just the wind. Nothing that's really indicated to me that a fish has gone up against a line or anything like that. And I've got the lines pretty tight as well. I've got the rod tips down in the water. The line's pretty tight because I don't want that big bow. If I slacken off, I'm just going to end up with a bow to the lead. And to be honest, I'd rather be more in contact direct with what's going on down there, to be honest. So if anything moves in, you know, I'll know about it, hopefully. I mean, if the conditions were better, I would slacken off. I mean, I'm only, what, 11 and a half wraps out, so what's that, 46 yards. It's not very far at all. I'd just be semi-slack, just enough just to get the line down just behind where the rigs are and stuff. But no, I've got the lines pretty tight. They're not bowstring tight at all, but they are quite tight just due to the conditions. I'd rather be fishing effectively than not, so. But yeah, the wind has picked up since this afternoon. It has really picked up. The gusts, there you go. The gusts that we're getting are proper savage, proper savage. And rain's kicked in as well. I'm surprised it predicted rain all day and it said it was going to be proper rainy, but the weather's managed to hold off. And thankfully, so we got set up in the dry and everything. I'm just praying that it's dry tomorrow so that I can back down and everything's nice and dry and keep them go away dry. But it's just a case of being bivvy bound at the minute. I mean, I've got one of the side panels open because we're sat sideways onto the peg, so that I can see the rods and I can see the water out in front of me. So I've been keeping an eye on it all day, but it's still proper choppy and everything. And no, I'm gonna have something to eat anyway. I'm gonna put a load more bait in, ready for when it goes dark. Gets dark at about, what, 6 o'clock now, something like that, getting towards that sort of time anyway. So yeah, we'll get some more bait in, get the old spom out, and possibly have a rig chuck, just make sure that the rigs are doing what they should be doing and everything, just make sure they're sat out there okay, and they did go out okay. I'd rather check them before the night draws in and wake up in the morning to reel them in and find out that I have not been fishing since I chucked them out. So I think a bit of a re-chuck's called upon. But there's still been fish coming out. Guy down the other side of the bank, a few pegs away from Bailiff, where you come and pay for your ticket and everything like that. He had one from about, I think it says 6-7 yards from the bank. He must have seen him swimming up and down or something and just flicked it on. Trying to get one of the passing by fish. But they do along this bank, where the bailiff's cabin is and everything. I think it's road bank. There's they cruise up and down here all the time. They render the fish on the pellets here, and the pellets go in off this bank. So there's a nice little tip for you there. I'm not sure how much bait they get. I know they get quite a lot because there's over 2,000 carp in here. So, and they're all like proper gnarly looking, scaly looking, amazing looking fish. They really are. So yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna dish mine up, have something to eat, get some more bait out, ready for tonight. And I think me and Caydan are going to chill out, watch film, watch the old Jumanji, the original one. Yeah, it sounds good. Chill out and just pray that a fish shows up at some point. So until later, guys, what do we say, Caydan?
Ciao, mate.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Ciao, mate, afterwards. Ciao, mate, guys. Right, so that's it, session over. Everything's all packed away. Everything's in the car, we're all ready to go. Here we go to that tooth again, look. That bloody tooth. Hello. Lovely. Yeah, unfortunately no fish, a blank session, but you know, we live and learn, we live and learn. I think, to be honest, if I could have redone the session, I'd have solid bag fished it. I tried to do some spomming which really didn't go to plan. That was my idea anyway. Coming down here, it was like, I'll do some spomming, gonna get like a good bed of bait out, because I wanted the bed of bait to be my attraction feature. So yeah, it didn't go to plan. I didn't manage to get much bait out at all. Really did struggle, and plus like having new braid on the rod and everything, I got a frap up, I had to cut off and re-tie up and everything, and it was like once I re-tied it up, I put out a couple more, and it was like, it's just not happening. Nah, kept going wrong. Never mind. But I'm pretty sure that we'll be back, most definitely. If we're not going to be here, we'll be somewhere else, maybe Woodies, or try and get on East Delph or something like that. One or the other. The holidays coming up soon, isn't it? School holidays coming up soon. I'll have a bit more time on our hands then. Try and get out a bit more. I'm planning a day session with my brother again. Get him out, continue fishing. He's now part of the old Horizon team, on the junior team. So well done to him for getting into that. Good result, isn't it? Just need to get you on there now. But you ain't got your own face. Put that tooth, that bloody tooth. Look, look, look. Disgusting, isn't it? But yeah, so just a quick one. Just thank you to everybody for watching the video. Thank you to everybody who got involved with the live stream last night. Absolutely fantastic result. Can't believe how many people got involved and were commenting and everything. We had a really good chat, really good discussion about some things, and some tackle and all the rest of it. He's putting me off. That there, putting me off. But yeah, if you're watching this video on YouTube and you haven't seen the live stream, get over to our Facebook page and check it out. Definitely worth a look. What's your video?
When I caught that mirror.
Yeah, one of the main topics of the talk last night was this little toothies. This toothies PB. People are asking questions about that, so we dropped in a link to the video, turn of events from when Caydan caught his recent PB. So if you've not checked it out, go and check out that video. Go and check it out. Yeah, don't forget, hit like if you like the video, subscribe to our channel, hit that bell notification so you get notified whenever the videos go live. Go over to our Facebook page and Instagram, like all the rest of it, and we shall see you again soon, guys. So take care from us. Ciao, mate.
Ciao, mate.